kingdom. Her name is Holly. She's a fairy. Her name is Strawberry. They're Ben and Holly's friends. And she's also a fairy. And this is Ben Elf. He's an elf. And elves don't like magic. Okay, now let's get reading. The story begins in today's adventure starts in the meadow. Let's start reading. Holly, Ben Elf, and their friends Barnaby and Strawberry are playing a game of fetch with Gaston the ladybird. Woof woof! Gaston likes fetching sticks, but this time he has found something else. That looks like a tin arm, cries Barnaby. Looks like a tin arm, cries Barnaby. Gaston says Ben, looking at the object curiously. Where did you find this from? Gaston leads everyone through the grass to the place where he found the tin arm. So this is Barnaby, their friend, and this is a butterfly up there. And this is the tin arm that Gaston found. And everybody is looking at the tin arm curiously, except for the butterfly. So let's find out whose tin arm is it. Let's keep reading. Wow! The children gasp surprise. It's a toy robot, cries Ben, but it's a bit broken. We could mend it with magic, suggests Strawberry. No, we'll fix it the elf way, says Barnaby. Elves are good at fixing things, and we're elves, cheer Ben and Barnaby together proudly. They blow their elf horns as loud as they can. This is the broken robot. Strawberry says that let's mend it with magic. But the elves say that no, let's fix it the elves way. Bang, bang, clunk, clunk. Ben and Barnaby are fixing the toy robot. They're all finished, says Ben. Ooh, cried the fairies, clapping their hands excitedly. Will it talk? No. Will it make me a cup of tea? Asks Strawberry. No, it's just a toy, says Ben. It will do this. Ben and Barnaby do a very funny toy robot walk. Gurn, gurn, gurn. So Ben and Barnaby are fixing the toy robot, see? And they're nearly finished. And so now let's keep reading. Let's switch the robot on, says Ben. He presses a button but nothing happens. I'll magic a key to wind it up, cries Holly. Ben and Barnaby don't want to use a magic key, but Holly waves her magic wand. It twinkle, twinkle. Suddenly, the robot opens his eyes and looks at Ben. Master, what is your name? I'm Ben Elf. I'm Ben Elf, says Ben nervously. Ben Elf, you are my master, says the robot. I only answer to my master. So the robot will only listen to his master, and his master is Ben Elf. See? So Holly magicked up a magic key, and the elves didn't want a magic key, but she just waved her wand and it was too late. So then the robot opened its eyes, and then he looked at Ben Elf and he said, Master, what's your name? And then Ben Elf said nervously, my name is Ben Elf. And now let's keep reading. And also the robot will only listen to Ben Elf because now Ben Elf is his master. Now let's turn the page. The wise old elf arrives and Ben tells him how he and Barnaby fixed the robot. Ah yes, the Elf Factory Z. 33 explains the wise old elf. A basic model of the robot does not like the robot does not like being called basic, so he picks up the wise old elf and waves him in the air. Robot! Shouts Ben. Put the wise old elf down! The robot does as Ben says, but then he wanders off. The children run after him as quickly as they can. Okay, so now this is the wise old elf, and then the robot saw the wise old elf, and then the wise old elf said that the robot was a basic model, and the robot doesn't like being called basic, so he picked up the wise old elf and nearly threw him in the air. Before he threw him in the air, Ben shouted at the robot and said to the robot to put the wise old elf down, and then the robot listened to Ben and put the wise old elf down. And look, the wise old elf is screaming, "Ah!" Now let's keep reading. They run all the way to the little castle. "What is this thing?" asks Nanny Plum, a little confused. "It's a toy robot that does everything Ben says," explains Holly. "I'd like one of those to do all my cleaning," says Nanny Plum. Ben lends the Nanny Plum the toy robot for the evening. "Robot," says Ben, "I'm going home now, but I want you to stay here and tidy up everything in the whole of the castle." "Yes, Ben Elf," replies the robot obediently. So then the robot runs all the way to the little castle, and this is Nanny Plum. And then Nanny Plum says, "What is this thing?" And then Holly explains everything, and she says that this is a toy robot and it does everything Ben says. And then Nanny Plum said, "I'd like one of those." And then Ben lent Nanny Plum the robot for the evening. And then Ben Elf shouted at the toy robot, and then he said to the robot that he's going home, but the robot has to stay at the little castle and tidy up every single thing. But suddenly something weird happens. Let's find out. He goes home and the robot zooms around the little castle, tidying up everything as fast as he can. "Must tidy up, must tidy up," he repeats loudly over and over again. King Thistle thinks he is doing a good job at first, but then the robot gets out of control. "Must tidy up, must tidy up, must tidy up, must tidy up. We should tell this robot to stop," says Queen Thistle. "We can't," cries Holly. "The robot only listens to Ben, and Ben told him to tidy the whole castle. Maybe we should go to bed and let the robots finish." So now the robot went in the drawing room, and then these are Holly's little twin sisters. And this is her mother, Queen Thistle, and this is her father, King Thistle. And then Holly reads her comic book, and on the comic book it says Fluffy. And then the robot tidied up everything, but suddenly the robot gets out of control. And then Queen Thistle says, "Maybe we should tell the robot to stop." But then Holly shouts and she says, "We can't tell the robot to stop tidying up. It only listens to Ben Elf." And then Holly says that maybe we should go to bed. And now let's read are you enjoying this story? Because I am. Now let's go on and turn the page. "The robot is tidying up everything," cries Holly. "Yes, gasped King Fizzle. Including us! Only Ben can stop this, says Holly. So Queen Fizzle telephones Ben Elf's mom and Mr. Elf. The royal family go to sleep, but soon after the robot wakes them up, he picks them up and takes them outside along with all the furniture, the castle furniture. So guys, look, this is the robot, and he's picking up everyone and throwing them in the backyard, and then even the furniture, and then Queen Fizzle says, the robot has thrown us in the backyard, even in the furniture. Then Holly says that we need to stop him, and then Queen Fizzle telephones Ben Elf's mom, and then let's find out what happens next. Mr. Elf wakes Ben up. There's an emergency at the little castle. We have to go. So Ben gets the elves together and they walk to the little castle singing as they go. Who's the best at rescuing? Chants the wise old elf. Elves are the best at rescuing, reply all the elves. And what are we? Responds the wise old elf. We're elves! Shout the elves. Dun! So now all the elves are going to rescue the fairies. They're going to the little castle, and then the wise old elf sings a poem. Who's the best at rescuing? And then all the elves reply and say, elves are the best at rescuing. And then the elves soon find the fairies and notice the robot is moving slower and slower. Master, says the robot, seeing Ben, but suddenly its eyes close and it stops. Hooray! Cheers everyone. I think it was my magic key that made the robot act so strangely, admits Holly. Just then Gaston, the ladybird, arrives with something in his mouth. Woof woof. It's the proper key, gasps Ben. Well done, Gaston. And this is the robot, and he closed his eyes because the magic key is gone. But then Gaston just found the real key, and then then Ben was about to put it in the robot, and then everybody got mad. And now let's go on to the next page. Ben takes the key and starts winding up the robot. Ben, are you sure that's a good idea? Asks King Fizzle. It will be fine, replies Ben. The robot starts walking along with its arms out. Gurk, gurk, gurk. He, gurk, gurk, gurk. Chant the children doing the toy robot walk. That's the robot I remember, says the wise old elf, smiling. So then the robots get turned into the proper toy robot, and then everybody walks along with the robot. They do the robot walk, and same with the robot, and then the wise old elf says that this is the robot I remember. And now let's read the last page. And now this robot is saying, must say goodbye, must say goodbye. Must say goodbye, must say goodbye. I hope you liked reading this story with me. I hope you like it. Bye. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Ahmed Ayesha Fun. Bye.